All right. For those of you that are here earlier, the phone goes ringing. I'm just going to ignore it. If the phone rings, whatever. Not going to worry about it. I don't I don't want to cut you off again like that. So anyway, I'm back. Sorry about that. Anyway, so why am I here? Let me start over again. Why am I here? I'll start over. Okay, I was going to do a Beatles finds of all kinds video. Just some stuff I've gathered up over the last couple of months or so. I don't gather up as much as other people do, but when I get enough, I like to do a little Beatles video, show my stuff, so to speak. So I had enough and I was going to just make a regular video, but then I said, okay, I'll just go live. I have some time today. I rarely go live. I rarely do a stream like this. I've never done Zoom. I've never done StreamYard or whatever you call it. One of these days I'll figure it out, or somebody can send me detailed instructions how to do that, so I can have guests on with me and whatnot. I'm just out of it when it comes. Hey, howdy again, Stephen. Thanks for coming back. As I was just saying, Stephen. Hi, Brian again. I'm not going to end it this time. If the phone rings, it rings. I'm just going to let it go. I got to, I'm not used to this live streaming stuff. I rarely do it. I hardly ever do it. But as I was saying, hey, Robert S., good to see you. Hi. I really do this kind of stuff, but I'm here to do it today because I'm going to do a quick Beatles finds of all kinds. If anyone has any questions, say hello to everybody. It's just an opportunity for me to do this, and I don't do it often, so I thought I would try. As I said, perhaps someday I will get technologically savvy with doing like a StreamYard or a Zoom. I just don't know how to run all that shit, to be honest with you. And someday I'll take the time to learn and learn how to do that stuff. So anyway, okay, so we have a few people here, 10 people or so. Before I get started with some Beatle finds, how's everyone doing? Um, if you have any questions, go for it before I get started here. I hope we're all well. Trying to while Steven's here before he leaves. Okay, first thing I want to get to is this. Now, Steven did a video not too long ago about the Carpenters, talking about their music. He's done a lot of great videos, and I know he's a big fan of the Carpenters as I am. So I want to let everybody know, I don't know if the sale is still going on, but as you can see, 50% off at Barnes & Noble for this hard-covered Carpenter's book. It's an outstanding book. I first learned about it through Stephen Schnee. He showed this book. I think he did a video about several books that he has that he enjoyed recently, and one of them was this one. Now, I have to admit, I didn't think I was going to run out and get this right away because, I mean, the list price on this is $35, which isn't too expensive, not too expensive. But I said, 35 bucks. I like the Carpenters. I have quite a bit of their vinyl from, when my parents were into them when I was a little kid. I have CDs of the Carpenters. I mean, I love them. But I said, to get a book about them, do I really want that? But folks, 17 bucks or whatever it was at Barnes & Noble, I jumped on it. I mean, Stephen raved about it and said it's a great book, and he was right. I mean, I think it only took me a couple of nights to go through this thing and just really dive into it and get into it. I love this book. So, Stephen, thanks for the heads up on this. As I said, I wasn't planning on getting it. Well, there's a great picture of Karen in here. I got to show you Karen Carpenter. Where are you? I wonder if Stephen can guess which one I'm going for. Okay, I found it. I don't normally think of Karen Carpenter as being, sexy. She's kind of the wholesome, a lover and all that. But I'm going to share something with you. I love this picture of her. I don't know. What do you think, folks? There's something about that picture that just, wow. Anyway, if you want to see more, get the Carpenters, the musical legacy book by Mike Sidoni Lenny and Chris May, stickers over one of the names with Richard Carpenter. He is totally behind this book. And again, thank you to Stephen Schnee for the recommendation. And as I said, folks, Barnes and Noble, get over to your local Barnes and Noble. It might still be 50% off. So instead of 35, you'll pay 17.50 or whatever it was. Okay, so that's the first thing I want to show. Let me catch up here. Have a live chat in your car. In my car? All right. Bobby Ellert. Will the DVD release of Get Back next month have all 6 hours? Oh, yeah, it's going to have all 6 hours. The shame thing about it, though, Bobby, is that it's not going to have any extras. So if you're getting it as I'm getting it, it's more of a collectible to have the regular documentary, which we all saw recently. We're just going to have it, but there's not going to be extras. More of a collectability purposes. Hey, Tom Hunyadi, the great Tom Hunyadi from Two Legs and Talk More Talk is here. Brian, Harold. Oh, thanks for talking about the found Beatles songs. Yeah, I subscribe to that Daily Beatle, and every once in a while they come up with a little nugget that's kind of cool news. And I didn't see anyone else really talking about it. So at first, I have to admit, folks, when I saw that, I was like, oh, that's cool. That's great. I listened to it, thought it was great. And then I said, oh, I'm sure somebody in the Beatles community, there'll be a ton of videos up about these two new songs, live songs. And when I went over there and looked, I said, oh, nobody's really talking about them. So, hey, here's my chance to maybe, bring it to some of the folks out there. So, yeah, that's the only reason I did that video in my car. I was at work the other day. Robert S. Love the Carpenters. Yeah, my Barnes& and Noble didn't have it. Yeah, I know. There was only like 2 left, Robert, when I got this one on sale. There were 2 of them. He has the 50% off sale. You know about it then, Robert. Yeah, it was right after the New Year, I think they had it. And many of the books are still on sale if you can get over there. I wouldn't like to be hit on the head with that book. No, Brian, it's pretty big. It kind of reminds me. It reminds me of one of the editions of Paul McCartney's new lyrics book. So picture one of Paul's lyrics books. That's about the size of this one Carpenter's book. But boy, is it a great book! Just so chock full of information about them. Stephen, that book is so informative. Absolutely, Stephen. It's. I learned things I never knew behind the musical creation of them. Their wonderful music. Are there any Carpenters Power Pop songs? I don't know, but I know they have some real good power ballads, like "Goodbye to Love" is probably one of my favorite power ballads of all time. I love the guitar work in that, and I just think it's a beautiful song. Yeah, just not to make this a Carpenters video, but boy, they're just such good stuff here. It goes through each album in detail, wonderful pictures. All right. If you're here earlier, you saw the great picture of Karen Carpenter that I love so much. So go back if you didn't see it. This was kind of a strange album of theirs, Passage from 1977. It has Calling Occupants of Interplanetary Craft on it, that Klaatu song. Very interesting. Just a great book. See, now you got me looking at it, folks. Sorry. See if I can then they go into each album. So now on this one, they're talking about Horizon. Show you one of my favorite Carpenters albums. I mean, I love so many. There's several of them that I could take or leave, to be honest with you folks. But boy, they have some really great material. Where is it? Come on. This one I remember from my childhood. My parents, especially my mom, used to play Now and Then all the time. 1973, I was 11 going on 12, and my mom used to play Now and Then all the time. She loved this album. So this album has a sentimental value to me. But where's my fave? Here it is. It's probably my favorite Carpenters album, A Song for You. The red cover with the heart on it. And of course, I love the Tan album, self-titled Carpenters. There's bits of Close to You that I like. I mean, it's just a great music overall, folks. Okay, so Carpenters on sale at Barnes & Noble if you can find it. All right, let me go back to you guys now. Let's see what we can do here. All right. Let's see, where am I? All right. How do I haven't done this in so long. I'm trying to scroll here. Okay. Steven. Oh, did you check into the 3 CD set I told you about? Ordered. Sir, I ordered it right away. I meant to send you a text about it, but I ordered it right away. I went over to Amazon. I got it for 30 something dollars, like you said. Um, yeah, Steven, I did. It's all the original singles in their original format. No, they're not remixed or changed by Richard or anything. So yeah, I did order that, Steven. I'm still waiting for it. That was only a couple of few days ago when I had that interchange with you about it. So yeah, should be on the way. Thank you for the tip. Um, I forget what it's called officially, Stephen, if you want to type it here, but folks, there's a great 3 CD compilation out there that was sold on PBS. If you subscribed or donated to PBS a certain amount of money, like over $100, you got this 3 CD Carpenters set with all the singles on it, A and B sides and original mixes. And if you go to Amazon, you can get it for only like 30 something bucks now. That's a little over 10 bucks a CD. You can't beat that. So no, I haven't heard that ML, the Carpenters covers with Sonic Youth. No, I isn't there, is that on a CD called If I Were a Carpenter, a tribute to the Carpenters? Um, hey, Elvin. Yeah, I haven't heard that, ML. Steven, it's called The Complete Singles. Hey, Elvin. Yeah, rest in peace, Ronnie Spector. Harold, thanks for bringing that up. I'm a fan. I have a great, couple of CDs with her where she's just singing some wonderful music. There's one where she does some Marshall Crenshaw songs. It's a very hard EP to find. If you can seek it out and find it, it's really good. I forget the name of it. I don't have it in front of me, folks, but she records a bunch of Marshall Crenshaw penned songs, which is fabulous. Um, she did an EP also, I think that Joey Ramone produced, if I'm not mistaken, which is another good one to check out, I've heard. Um, Sonic Youth Superstar is a fantastic cover. Okay, thanks, Vertical Man and Howdy. Hey, Daniel, nice to see you. Okay, folks, while we're chatting and I'm answering some questions and stuff, let me show you some recent Beatles stuff I got. I was out at Mystic, Connecticut, where the famous movie Mystic Pizza is based out of in Connecticut. There, we were down in Mystic, me and Mrs. Street doing some stuff recently, hanging out down there in Mystic, Connecticut. And there's a lot of cool little shops down there. I went to Mystic Records, I think it's called, and I didn't pick up too much there. I'll show you some stuff I got there in a minute. We went in this little curio shop, and they had these two coasters or one coaster, and I grabbed two of them just as a collectible to have two. I thought that was kind of unique. How often do you see a coaster of John and Yoko from the Bed In for Peace? So got that down in Mystic, Connecticut. Let's see. Oh, while I was in Barnes and Noble and got that 50% off Carpenters book, they had this cool little book, 50% off. It's a hardcover black Beatles notebook. Black on the back, green coloring on the edge of the paper. But as you open it up, it's kind of neat. You get a nice picture of them on the Ed Sullivan Show, shows a bunch of their singles. And as you turn the pages, folks, it's basically just a little plain notebook. You can write songs or poetry or love letters or thoughts of the day, make it a journal, whatever you want to do. But I thought it was a neat little thing. So I grabbed it. And the back has a different picture, has them in Paris, and again, pictures of singles. So Barnes and Noble, half price, 50% off, 14, got it for 7. All right, there's another item for you. As I go back here for a minute. See, we'll go back and forth. I'll show some Beatles stuff, then we'll chat. We'll shoot the shit. Shoot the breeze. Shoot the breeze. All right. Good morning, Matthew. Oh, that's Daniel. Hey, Daniel, good to see you, my friend. So supportive. I appreciate all of you folks. Thank you for the tip on Ava. Oh, Ava, the Ava vinyl set out of Japan. You're very happy with the purchase. Yeah, about the Ava sets. Yeah, they're hit and miss sound wise, and certainly video quality wise. It's hit or miss. It's not. You're not buying that Beatles in Japan set to get 4K quality of the two Budokan shows. No, but if you want to have everything all in one nice package with the two concerts on video, with the concerts on audio in the best possible quality we're probably going to get right now until they do an official release. It's just a beautiful set though. The packaging, the way it's all put together, the images, the extras, especially with the vinyl set, you get the poster of their painting and you get um the replica ticket. You get some little extras that makes it just a nice collectible package, I think. Yeah, it's a bit pricey if you get the vinyl. If you get the CD, it's not as bad. But yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it, ML. Elvin, Matt, are you going to get the new Ringo Lifted book coming next month? I got to be honest with you. I was in my car the other day and I saw that. So I went over to the place where you could get it. I think was it Julian's or Julian's Auctions or something? I don't even remember. Anyway, I went over there and they had the regular book, which is I forget how much, and then they had the signed one. And I have Ringo's autograph already. As you know, if you've seen my channel and my videos, I met Ringo in 1992, and he was very gracious and spent quality time with my son and I. So I have his autograph live. He signed a picture for me while I was met him. But I came this close, folks. I swear I almost clicked on the button to order it. It was like 400 something dollars, and I said, "Mm, yeah." I I got shy. I didn't do it. I didn't pull the trigger. So I'm still thinking about it, Elvin. I don't know if I'm gonna. I don't think I'll get the signed one. I may get the regular one, which is much cheaper, but I'm still up in the air about that. Um, Elvin also wants to know thanks. Oh, thanks for the two songs, Beatles EMI House live news. Oh, you're welcome. Again, it wasn't my direct news. I got it from the Daily Beetle, which is where I get a lot of my news from. I read that every day, and if I see something interesting, I'll put it out there. But for the most part, once it's on there, I figure most people know about it already. And so I thought when I came onto YouTube after that, I was going to see a lot of people talking about the two new tracks, live tracks, and nobody had really put up a video yet. So I said, well, I got some time here at work. I was on a 15-minute break at work. I said, I'm going to tape a quick video and let everyone know about it, and put the link to it so you could check out the songs. Oh, Raymond, how you doing? Raymond has the Carpenters singles 3 CD set. I hope they are put on CD. Yeah, I'd love to see that, Harold. Okay, let's go back to some more stuff I've got. So I don't know if my thumbnail has shown yet coming here, but I got this McCartney shirt. It's a McCartney 1 shirt from 1970. I just love this thing. Now, I don't wear white t-shirts too often. If any of you are like me, a typical grubby, stinky, sweaty male, all right? Females are just much more dainty and they smell better than we do, right, guys? Uh, so I don't really wear a lot of white t-shirts because they get stained under the armpits here, and they get discolored and they look gross after a while. So I don't know how often I'll wear this. I'll probably keep it more for a collectible, but I thought this was a wonderful shirt. Home, family, and love. McCartney. McCartney, as Stephen Schnee likes me to say. McCartney. If you notice, folks, I do try to control my accent, my New England, Boston, Providence accent. If I really start talking fast and jabbering about something, it all goes out the window, and but when I'm conscientious of it and I'm saying a word like McCartney, I try to stress the R's, but I know Steven has said he likes it when he hears me say McCartney. So I'll say McCartney for Steven. Great, great album. Love it. And I love this shirt. What do y'all think? So, all right. So that's something else I showed you. Back to the questions. Hello, watched a few of your videos for a while. I enjoy them. What's your favorite Beatles songs? John Daly covers. Hey, John, favorite Beatles songs? Oh, off the top of my head, let me try to think of each British album in my head. Please Please Me. Love the song Please Please Me. Love Don't Bother Me from With the Beatles. Going on to a Hard Day's Night. Anytime at All. Love that song. Beatles for Sale. It's got to be like I love every little thing. I don't want to spoil the party. Uh, Help. I like The Night Before and Another Girl. Ticket to Ride. Rubber Soul. I like mm, In My Life. Revolver. Oh boy, Here, There, and Everywhere. For No One. And Your Bird Can Sing. Dr. Robert. Sergeant Pepper. I've always loved Fixing a Hole and Lovely Rita. The White Album, I've always loved Birthday, Back in the USSR, While My Guitar Gently We I mean, it's so many. I don't wanna be here all day doing that, but you get the idea, John. I love so many songs. But I have to say my favorite of all time is, and it's the only song that I saw live that brought me to tears, was in 1990. I saw Paul on his first world tour, the Paul McCartney World Tour. Saw him live, many times on that tour, but the first time I saw him was in Worcester, Massachusetts, at the Worcester Centrum, and the whole show was just mind-blowing and a dream. But when he got to Let It Be, I had, like, second row center seats right in front of his piano, like, right near where he was playing Let It Be, and when he kicked into Let It Be and with the effects and everything, I just lost it. So, I'd say Let It Be is probably one of my favorites of all time, John. Mr. Beatles Pro. Hey, yeah, Tom, I'm like you. I hardly ever wear white shirts. I mean, I have a Beatles shirt on today, and it's like a light royal blue. Everybody has an addiction. Mine just happens to be the Beatles. And I have to think Beatleman 69 if he's out there. Beatleman 69 was wearing this shirt somewhere once in a video, and I saw it, so I had to get one. So thank you. But you're right, Tom. I don't wear white shirts often. I mean, I might wear them as an undershirt under a button shirt or something, but uh, day in and day out, I don't normally get white Beatles shirts or rock music shirts or whatever. Uh, ML White vinyl is the best. Robert S. Nice shirt. Personally, I wear all colors. Yeah, I'm Robert. White's the only one I really don't wear. I mean, not that often, only because it gets stained and it looks like hell. Yeah, Steven doesn't wear white t-shirts either. Whether I wore it or not, it attracted ketchup, grease, dust, oil. Yeah, all the crap gets on it. You're right. Do I love the Beatles' Love Songs album? Yeah, Harold, that's got a special place in my heart because that was 1977, a year after the Rock and Roll Music album came out, which I loved. I was like 14, 15 years old at the time. Loved that one. So when the Love Songs album came out and the whole design of it with that textured cover looking like faux leather and the gold embossed Richard Avedon photos, I just loved the music on it and thought it was the greatest thing in the world. I loved it, Harold. Hey, Ed. Love Ed. Ed from the King's Court is here, folks. I love Ed. Hey, Matt. Uh, Ed, you're great. You know I love you and your channel. Enough said. You're fabulous. You're a good friend. Ed, Tim Allen. I always say this, and Mean Mr. Mayo. The three channels that inspired me to start my channel were those three channels. Yep. Yep. So kudos to Ed from the King's Court. Great, great channel, by the way. If you're into Elvis, folks, and you've never been over to the King's Court, get over there real fast. Do you remember the Box of Vision and release? Or I remember the 999 releases. Yeah, my kids got the rock band, Beatles rock band at that time. And I certainly was getting the remastered CDs at that time. I remember the Box of Vision, but I never got it. Wasn't it expensive, if I think correctly? Uh, Besides the Beatles, are there any other bands I enjoy? Woo-hoo. Just ask Stephen Schnee. He knows. He knows who I love. No, I love everybody. Well, within reason. I'm a power pop guy. John Daly covers. Um, Let me go back real quick. I certainly all the British Invasion, Kinks, The Who, The Stones, Dave Clark 5, Herman's Hermits, all that stuff. I love 60s music, pop music, 70s, Badfinger, Raspberries, Big Star, Cheap Trick, The Romantics, Marshall Crenshaw, The Knack, uh, Squeeze. I can't think of them all. I'm just 80s. I love the Ramones. I love Elvis. Yeah, come over to my channel, John. Watch some of my videos. Talk to Stephen Schnee. He'll tell you who I love. Uh, that's one addiction that's incurable, Matt. What was that, Fred? What did I say? I'm having a senior moment. Besides Ringo, did you ever meet Paul or George? Uh, Elvin. Yeah, go Elvin. I have a playlist on my channel. It's called When Matt Met Beatles yeah. I have videos where I talk about my meeting Ringo in 1992, but also I met Paul and spent real decent quality time with Paul in 1990. Wow, going on 32 years ago now. Go back and please check out that video. I don't want to bore everybody with the story now. It's like they're both like 20-minute long videos about meeting Ringo and meeting Paul. Also a short video about my brief encounter with Linda at the same day I met Paul. You can see that video as well. Uh, I think I have a Pete Best video up as well when I met Pete Best. If that should be on that playlist as well. Unfortunately, never met John. I was in the service overseas when that tragic event happened to John. So I never, was in a position to meet John. But George, I had a close encounter. Now, I've never done a video about this, but I want to say it was when Donnie went to Brown University. Now, Brown University is a very prestigious Ivy League school in my area here in the greater Providence, Rhode Island area. It's in Providence, Rhode Island. And I don't live too far from Brown. And I happen to be on the Brown campus or right near the Brown campus on a particular day back. Again, I can't remember what years Donnie went to Brown, but when he did, I was on or near the campus on a day when the scuttlebutt was, people talking, hanging around that area, that George was there at Brown University that day to spend time or see Donnie for something. So the word was he was there, that George was on the campus. So I go crazy running around from building to building, shaking, rattling windows and doors to look for him? No, I didn't, but I did walk around the campus and was very hyper vigilant as to maybe I'll bump into him or see him, but it never happened, folks. It never happened. All right, as I scroll down a little more here. And let me get a couple more things, and then I'm going to show you some more of my Beatle finds, because that's what this video is all about, to show you some recent Beatles stuff. Got Lennon shaved fish and used vinyl yesterday. Oh, that's cool, Ray. I have shaved fish, one of my favorite Lennon albums from my teenage years. Matt, what would be your holy grail obtainable Beatles prize possession if you could get it, and the one you own? Uh, the one I would like to get, but I'm not going to be at my age and in any hurry to get it, is a real live Butcher cover. I don't have one. I've never had one. I came kind of close to getting one back in the 80s. My local record store guy, which is similar to your record place, Ed, like a mom and pop cool record store. For the hell of it, he put out a third state Butcher on the shelf, and he had a sign on it, $100. It was pretty beat up, but it was a third state Butcher. It had been peeled and everything. He put it up on the shelf and he put $100 sticker on it. And at the time, I was like 16 or 17. I forget what I was. It was very early 1980s. And you might as well put $1,000,000 sticker on it. You know, when I was that age, $100 was like, oh, wow. And now I look back at that and laugh. I go, oh my God, $100. So, but I'm not worried. They're so expensive now, Ed. I don't even care. I've got a faux one, a fake one that I have in a little frame down in my music room, and it looks nice. It's a Butcher cover. It's fake, but who cares? The thing I own that I cherish, Ed, is probably my Ringo autograph that he signed a picture for me, and my Paul autograph where he signed a picture for me. I need Matt and Ed to join me in Barry Holstrom. Yeah, Stephen, as I told you, I'd love to do that. Honestly, I'm all for doing that with you. Just please let me know what I need to bone up on. I want to be able to have something to contribute or share. So, yeah, I'd love to go on there with Ed and talk about Elvis in the 70s. Ed would certainly be an expert on that, but I just let me know what I need to have be familiarization. My familiarization should be King's Court, Cheap Trick Rule. Yeah, Ed, you know I love Cheap Trick, one of my favorite top artists of all time. Thanks for uploading the link. Hey, Rudolph, thanks for uploading the link. You're welcome. Happy to do it. Queen? John, I did a video about Queen about a year ago. I love Queen. Oh my goodness, I love Queen. Queen, one of my favorites of all time. I have everything by them. Uh, my goodness, I love Queen. I had the great grand opportunity to see them live when I was in the service overseas. I was there from 1979 till early 82 or late 81, and on the game tour, I forget what exactly the tour was called, but I saw Queen at the Wembley Arena, not Wembley Stadium. This was mid to late 1980. They played like a 5 show string at Wembley Arena, and I had the opportunity to see one of those shows, and it was one of the best live performances I've ever seen in my life. Queen were fabulous. Uh, I'm not familiar with the Avid brothers, but I know Sam St. John is, Robert. Check with Sam. Oh, and there is Sam. Hey, Sam, my buddy Sam. Love Sam. Yeah, glad to see you mentioning the Avid brothers. Yeah, Sam St. John will tell you all about them, Robert. He loves them. Um, hey, Bill Leary. Bill, thank you for all your support. Um, the Cheap Trick Epic Albums box set is being reissued. Ooh, and is up for pre-order at various sites. Pretty cheap too, pun intended. Steven, love your tips. You know that. Okay. So I showed you in a video recently about I got the Peacoat Pop Funko of John. There's the Peacoat Lennon. All right. I showed this already. I also already showed you my John Lennon New York City t-shirt Funko in my recent video. If you go back a little bit, you'll see that. But, and I know Tom, Mr. Beatles Pro, has shown his already, but I finally received my exclusives from Entertainment Earth. I got the Psychedelic Glasses Lennon with the guitar from the One to One concert in New York City, 1972. This finally came in, number 246, and the full color version. Now, Mr. Beatles Pro Tom already showed these in a recent video. Go check out his channel. But I finally, Tom, got mine in. They just came in within the last couple of days. Now, I'm not a big Funko Pop guy, I must tell you. I don't collect these or anything. These are the only 4 I probably have, I think. I don't have the Beatles Yellow Submarine ones, but these were just too cool to pass up. And I love this one with the army suit on and the guitar. I just think it's fabulous. But yeah, I don't have many of them, but I got those as they drop them all over the place. Okay. Also, recent Beatle fan just came out, folks. Again, highlighting the Beatles Get Back documentary. Highly recommend subscribing to Beatle Fan Magazine if you have not done so already. So again, folks, this is live. We're chatting, we're commiserating, but it's also a chance for me to do a Beatles finds video. And here's the recent Beatle Fan Magazine. Okay, so check out Beatle Fan. You know, I know we live in a digital age, but there's something. I'm old school. I love getting an old fanzine, you know, and the old just get something physical media and have it and hold it and love it and cuddle it and call it George, you know. So I got that recently. All right. I gotta check out that box set that Steven recommended. Cheap Trick. I gotta go look after I'm done here. Guess where I'm gonna go look for? Hey, Captain Spaulding. Nice to see you. I know we've never met personally, but I've obviously seen you on various videos and things over the last couple of years. Avid Brothers, Robert S. loves them. Like Sam and I are the only fans on YouTube. I don't know much about the Avid Brothers, Robert, to be honest, other than Sam talking about them. What you know, what do you recommend? Is there a CD that would draw me in and pull me in? Hey, Tom, Mr. Beatles Pro, cool. Yeah, I finally got them, Tom. I've got all 4. Finally, but I'm like you, I'm not a Funko guy, unless they come out with some really cool Beatle ones of, like, them in their early stage suits or something with their guitars, I might get that, but, I'm not a Funko guy. Sam, Matt, you may find this hard to believe, but I just got my first copy of Yellow Submarine in the mail and the 2018 White Album full box. I think you'll like the White Album full box, Sam. There's a lot of cool stuff on there. As far as Yellow Submarine, yeah, a lot of people don't consider that one of their better albums because of the, the instrumental music on side 2 and that, but I like it. I find it to be a pleasurable little album. Um, Stephen, Matt, there's a Big Steer magazine coming out dedicated to Power Pop. Ooh, yeah, get me the info on that, Stephen. Honestly, I'm not bullshitting you. I love stuff like that. You know your tips strike home with me. We're brothers from another mother, so to speak. So you know what I like. Hello from Cutter, Janik. Hello, sir. Danny Allen. Do you like the Dave Clark band? Oh, Dave Clark 5? Love the Dave Clark 5. I have several pieces of vinyl, Danny, and I have that double CD set that came out many moons ago. I wish they would release more of their stuff on CD, but I do have that special one with like 50 songs on it from several years ago. I love the Dave Clark 5. They're always on 60s on 6 on Sirius XM. They're always on Little Steven's Underground Garage on Sirius XM. Love the Dave Clark 5. Yeah, Sam says, I'd say I and Love and You. I and Love and You to start with. That's their most commercially successful. Okay, I'll keep that in mind, Sam, and maybe do some sampling on Spotify and see if I want to take the plunge. A new 3 CD Aloha from Hawaii is coming on FTD. Wow. Now that would be cool. I got to look into that too. All right, Steven, enough spending my money, okay? I'm going to get the Cheap Trick box. I'm going to get the Big Steer magazine. And now I want some Elvis live in Hawaii. All right, another item. I wore this in a couple of recent videos, but it's pretty fairly new. It was a gift for the holidays. New full-length shirt, full sleeve shirt, I should say. Not a sweatshirt. It's like t-shirt material, thick t-shirt material. But I thought it had a nice little sentiment on it with their album pictures in the background, or pictures of the Beatles in the background. You can't buy happiness, but you can listen to the Beatles. And it's almost the same thing. Couldn't have said it better myself. All right. Okay. So where are we at here? All right, some vinyl to show you. So I went to Mystic Records down in Mystic, Connecticut, home of Mystic Pizza, for those of you that have seen the movie. And you might say, oh, Matt, being such a Beatles fan and all that, you must have everything. Folks, I don't have everything. When I see some of these people on our little YouTube Beatles community and what they have, I'm in awe. My chin hits my chest. I'm just in awe of the things they have. But so when I tell you I don't have things like this before, I'm being honest. I got this promo 12-inch of George Harrison's Got My Mind Set on You. All right, see that good. Plain back, and I'll let you see it. Just one song on each side. And it's the same, Got My Mind Set on You. That's it. So put it back here. If you'll indulge me, folks. I'm very particular like this. I don't like to leave things strewn all over the place. You get stressed out over that. So I like to put things away as I Okay. Next one I got is a 12-inch of "Take It Away," Paul McCartney. Now I have the 7-inch of this, and this one you get "Take It Away, I'll Give You a Ring and Dress Me Up as a Robber." I have the 7-inch, but I've never had the 12-inch of this, and I happen to be at Mystic Records, Mystic, Connecticut, and I grabbed the 12-inch. A very plainish 12-inch of Wings "Goodnight Tonight" disco single. I had never had this disco single of "Goodnight Tonight." I assume it's the same on both sides. Mm, yeah, it looks to be the same, I guess. Maybe one of you knows and can tell me, but disco single. Never had it before. I know, crazy. Uh, okay. The Beatles Sergeant Pepper's playing cards worth checking out. Okay, John, thank you. Theory 11 playing cards. Thank you. I will. Okay, another 12-inch single. I have the 7-inch single, but Mystic Records in Mystic, Connecticut had the 12-inch of Press. So I picked it up. Recent Beatles find. Next, I've never had this. Original soundtrack, Peter Sellers, Ringo Starr, The Magic Christian, featuring Come and Get It, written by Paul McCartney. Included is the hit single Come and Get It by Badfinger. Kind of a built-in hype sticker there, but I never had this, folks. So see, even Beatle fanatics like me don't have everything. And when we come across stuff like this, we grab it. And this was in great shape. The record's in mint condition. Um, the cover's got a little wear, but nothing too heavy. So I picked it up. Hey, Jerome, have I ever seen Norman Maslow's Beatle collection? Yeah, I've watched Norman's videos on occasion. I'm subscribed to his channel. And I've seen a lot of his cool stuff. Yeah, absolutely. He's one of those folks out there that has quite an extensive collection, a hell of a lot more extensive than mine. And I truly appreciate seeing people's collections like that. Okay, another Beatles find I got is this I did have back in the 70s. And what's really cool is it's a Gem Records import. You know how much I love Gem Records. Check that out. Gem Records import. How many people have records that were imported from Gem Records? They were like the ultimate importer of cool, you know, records that you could not get in the United States back in the 70s and 80s. Beatles records, all the British Beatles records were imported. They're the label that broke Cheap Trick in the United States when they imported Live at Budokan here, and the demand for it was so great that it finally Epic had to release a regular version of Live at Budokan here in the States. And we all know what happened. Cheap Trick blew up and became one of the biggest bands ever. But I picked up the Beatles tapes from the David Wigg interviews. Now, I did have this many, many moons ago, and it got lost in the shuffle over the decades. So I found this one and picked it up because it was in great shape. And I like the Gem Records sticker, import from Gem Records. So I grabbed that one. All right, let me see. I saw another question pop up from Sam St. John. Hey, Sam. You should check out All Things Must Pass on the newest Willie Nelson. His son Lucas sings it beautifully. Wow. Learn something new every day, Sam. Thank you. Thank you so much for the tip. I didn't know that. I didn't know that Willie had something new out with his son Lucas. So, yeah, I'd love to hear that. I'll definitely sample it. Photo necks, absolutely. As I said earlier, I don't know if you were here or not. I love Queen. I've seen them live with Freddie back in 1980. Love the band. Love everything about them. Yes, Life is Real. Song for Lennon is on their Hot Space album, which is not one of their most popular albums. I have it and enjoy it because I'm a Queen fanatic, but Yes, Photo Next. I have heard that song. It's a great song. Nice tribute to John. Um, there's some good stuff in that album. I gotta say about Hot Space, folks. If you're into Queen, give it a chance. I mean, yeah, there's some stuff on there you might find is not too great, but overall, I think you'll find some nuggets on Hot Space that you'll really enjoy. It's not the world's worst album there ever was. Okay, it's not bad. Now, is it near the top echelon of their recorded output? Probably not. It's probably down in the bottom tier somewhere. But if you like Queen, I think you'll like Hot Space. Truck going by. My dog Gertie is barking over here. I don't know if you can hear her or not. Hey, Beatley Tones Beatles channel. Thank you, sir. I'm a subscriber, sir, to your channel. Enjoy it. Yeah, the David Wig interviews. Like I said, many years ago, I had this, misplaced it, but when I saw another one, an original here, when Gem Records, I had to get it with that Gem Records sticker. All right, and the last Beetle find I want to show you, and then if you want to talk about something or ask me some questions before I get out of here, is I did a video recently about the Sometime in New York City album with John and Yoko. And I kind of was very positive about it, praising it, looking forward to the new ultimate mixes that we think will be coming out very soon. I chatted about that. The video did pretty well. People seem to enjoy my thoughts on Sometime in New York City. And one of the commenters was, as everybody knows, he's famous here in the world of YouTube, is Larry Graves, the Canadian stud muffin. And I was so pleased and honored to have Larry come over to my channel and make a comment. But he made a comment about Sometime in New York City and how he enjoyed it as much as I did, and talked about some of the things he liked about it. And one of the things he mentioned was that, Matt, hey, if you like some of Yoko's stuff on Sometime in New York City, and he kind of was expanding that, yeah, a lot of people don't like the Yoko screaming stuff, although Larry enjoys that on occasion. He said, if you want to get a cool Yoko album that is pretty straightforward, you know, just a straightforward, great album of pop music and or what was pop music at the time in the early 70s. He said, get her Approximately Infinite Universe album. And so I did. And this is a special edition on limited white vinyl. I have not opened it yet. I just got this in the mail yesterday. Based on Larry Graves's recommendation, I picked up Approximately Infinite Universe. Now, I didn't do it blindly. I have Spotify, as you know. So when someone recommends something like Sam St. John recommending the Avid Brothers, or the Willie Nelson song with his son Lucas doing the George song, I don't just run blindly buy stuff, folks. I can't afford to do that. So what I do is I listen to it on Spotify, and if I enjoy it or think, hey, that's something I could get into, then I'll pick it up. And that's what I did with this. I started listening to this on Spotify. I was at work one day and was able to stream it throughout the day. I had to stop here and there, but I thought it was a pretty pleasurable, enjoyable album. I said, you know what? I'm gonna give it a chance. And so I ordered the double limited edition white vinyl. I don't know if any of you other folks out there have it, but Yoko Ono, Approximately Infinite Universe, is, I thought, a pretty good album. So I'm looking forward to diving into it more. And thank you to Larry Graves, the Canadian stud muffin, for that recommendation. Okay. We're 48 minutes in. I'll stay a while longer, I guess, until I have to run. Oh, Beatly Tone, appreciate you being on my channel, Matt. Hey, right back at you. I appreciate everything and everyone who even takes notice of my channel. So yes, I'm happy to be part of your channel. I'm glad you're part of mine. Rudolph said that I turned him on to Beatly Tone. Hey, that's great. He's very funny and has interesting content. He sure does, and he is funny. Oh, you're welcome, Rudolph. Ed said today is the 49th anniversary of the Elvis Aloha from Hawaii concert, and Harold said 49th anniversary is tomorrow, Ed. So it's right in this time frame. So that's great. And if we're gonna, as Steven said, get an FTD of that, I would definitely that would definitely be something I'd be wanting to check out. Robert S. just confirmed that yes, this is in fact one of Yoko's best albums. So any of you that are interested in exploring or sampling or testing out some Yoko, go to your streaming service and listen to Approximately Infinite Universe by Yoko Ono. It's a double album and see what you think. But Larry Graves turned me on to it, and now Robert S. is wholeheartedly agreeing. So, Beatly Tone picked it up also recently. A more than decent album. Give Yoko a chance. Instead of peace, we'll give Yoko a chance. I got nothing against Yoko. Yeah, I'll admit in my younger days, back in the 70s, when I was a younger man, a teenager, I was in that, anti-Yoko crowd that couldn't, Yoko. I grew up, I evolved. Yoko's okay in my book. Um, Beatly Tone wants to know, is that new one on the Canadian grapefruit label or an original apple? Oh, this one? Oh no, this is secretly Canadian. You see those? That's the label, Beatly Tone. Secretly Canadian. Yeah, here's another picture of the logo there. This is brand, like I said, limited edition white vinyl. It's definitely not an original. Okay, give Yoko a chance. Let's see. No, Sam, I haven't really done I didn't do a video about it. We spoke about it briefly earlier where I said that I know I have material by Ronnie Spector and certainly the Ronettes and stuff. Love their music and certainly the Christmas stuff is fabulous. But I mentioned that if you want to explore some kind of rare Ronnie Spector, she did an EP with Marshall Crenshaw where she recorded a bunch of Marshall Crenshaw's songs, and she also did an EP with Joey Ramone, where Joey produced it, I believe. If you can seek those two out, it's kind of off the beaten path stuff with Ronnie that I think you'd enjoy. So look for the EP with Joey Ramone. I forget what it's called, and I forget what the one I have them. They're buried down in my music room. But two EPs she did. There's like 5 songs on each. One's with Marshall Crenshaw material, and one's with Joey Ramone. Um, where he produces, and they're both fabulous EPs of Ronnie. Highly recommended. What do I know? Oh, dress rehearsal was today. Today is the anniversary of the rehearsal concert. I saw a Breaking Glass album yesterday. You mean Season of Glass, Raymond? The Yoko Ono album, Season of Glass? I have that buried somewhere downstairs as well. Universe is a great Yoko album, says Vertical Man. He loved her from day one. That's awesome. Harold likes Yoko. Sam says, oh, cool. Had no idea she worked with Marshall. Yeah, look for that EP, Sam. It should be fairly easy to find. You might have to hunt a little bit on eBay or Discogs or one of those places. But yeah, she records a bunch of Marshall songs, and I enjoy it. I think Beatly Tone says, I think everyone was a bit like that with Yoko back in our youth. But these days, I'm like, if you don't get Yoko, you don't get John. That makes sense. Again, I'm the first to admit, like I said earlier, back in the 70s, when I was a young man, teenager coming into my early 20s, I was in the anti Yoko camp, Oh, Yoko, yeah, she messed up the Beatles. Blah, blah, blah. I was naive, folks. I didn't know the whole, you just kind of go along with the crowd. Everyone's Yoko bashing, so you think, it's a thing to do. But I've grew to really admire and respect Yoko over the years for what she's had a rough early time in her life, and to get where she got, and to you know uh, she's curated John's legacy in a fine way. I think keeping his memory alive. And again, don't mind me scratching my nose, folks. I'm like, I hate wearing masks. I had to bring my dad to a doctor's appointment this morning, and so I was wearing the mask for like I don't know how long, but it's just you're wearing it. It's in the beard, and it's in your nose, and you just feel like you're always scratching, itching. It's awful. But dad's doing good. He's got his health issues with his, heart and lungs, and he's on occasional oxygen. But for 91 years old, he's doing good. We went to breakfast after the doctor's appointment, and then we came back home. And I thought I'd spend a little time with you here. So let's see. Beatley Tone made that great statement. And Sam says, "Are you expecting snow in New England?" Yeah, we're supposed to, depending on the track, Sam, we're either going to get walloped on Sunday coming into Monday, or we're going to skirt it a little bit. I don't know what exactly we're going to get yet, Sam, but as long as we don't lose power or cable or the that's what I hate is when you lose power and stuff. But wow, Sam, you're getting snow too? Boy. Yeah, Sam, we're supposed to get our Sunday into Monday, but we don't know how much yet. We're either going to get hit hard or we're not going to get too bad. So we'll see. Rudolph says, I always felt Day Tripper should have been the A side of We Can Work It Out. Should have been the should have been the B side, not a double A. Yeah, I guess Rudolph. I love both songs. They both did well. They both top Beatle tracks. I just got done. Harold says, I just got done watching the rehearsal show. Tomorrow, I watched the January 14th and then the April 4th. I watched the TV version, Ed, of Elvis Aloha from Hawaii anniversary coming up, folks, or here. I like Yoko, but not from day one. She was more of an acquired taste. Yeah, Robert S. I agree with you 100%. Same with me. Over time and maturing and seeing the whole picture, I grew to respect and like Yoko. Am I a mega fan of Yoko's music? Am I dying to listen to Yoko all the time? No, no, of course not. Just all of her stuff doesn't appeal to me in that way, but I did like what I heard from this album, and I do like her stuff on Double Fantasy, and I like her stuff on New York, sometime in New York City. So there is Yoko I enjoy. Hey, M. Nice to see you, M. Thanks for being here. I appreciate all your support, as everybody here, I hope I've mentioned. But M, thank you for all your support of my channel. I truly appreciate it, or at least I try to show my appreciation as much as I can. Robert S. about my dad, 91. That's great. I'm actually with my mom right now in New Jersey. She's 99. God bless her, Robert. My dad always jokes that he wants to see my grandkids or his great grandkids make it to high school and college. He goes, I just got to live another 15 or 20 more years. And I'm like, God bless you, Dad, if you can do that. Thanks, Jerome, for the kind words. Yeah, Dad's doing good. He lives in an in-law apartment with my wife and I. We take good care of him. He does well. He's a little trouble with walking distances now in the last 6 months to a year or so because of his lung and heart issues. So he when he sits in his chair, he goes on, he puts oxygen on, and that helps gets his levels up, and he feels much better. So, but he's doing well. Like I said, we went to the doctors this morning, stopped for breakfast on the way home, and we have nice conversations cognitively. He is 100%. He's doing well. So I can't complain. And if you go, I might have a playlist at my channel, folks, where it's called Matt's Videos with Dad. And I do about, geez, I have at least 7 or 8 videos talking music with my dad over the last 3 or 4 years. So I recommend if you want to see what Dad's all about and some of the music he turned me on to and enjoyed, go check out my dad playlist. Thank you, Rudolph. Sam St. John says he heard that Jeff Lynne is working on new ELO this year. I hope so, Sam. I really hope so. That'd be great. I know the last 2 albums, a lot of the fans weren't 100%. You see these rankings and they always put them in the bottom half, but I really enjoyed the last 2 albums. I mean, I'm just happy to have music from Jeff Lynne, so I'm not complaining. Hey, Vertical Ma'am, my mom is 92. God bless her. Wish her all the best. Raymond has an Elvis box on CD, 60 CDs, the RCA recordings. I think the last one I saw of that, Raymond, was Stephen Schnee has that as well. He showed it in a recent video, well, recent, last 6 months or so. But yeah, check out Stephen's video about his Elvis 60 CD box set. It looked very, very awesome. Very cool, I must say. And I'm sorry if it's getting too bright in here. I'm in a little office room here in my home. I can close the shade a little, but I won't be here too much longer. Uh, Captain Spaulding, Matthew, do you have the Ringo Starr LP with the extended version of 6 o'clock on it? I'm not sure which one that's on. I might have that. Is that on? Um, I have a CD with it on. I think on a re-release of the CD of the Ringo album. Is that where I would see it, Captain? I do. I have heard it though, and I where you can hear more prominent Paul McCartney singing background vocals. I do have a version of it somewhere, but I'm not sure if that's the version you're speaking about. Hey, Daniel, love you. Bless you, Daniel. Bless you, my friend. Thanks for all your support of my channel as you leave. Peace, peace and love, Daniel Cruz. Thank you. Beatly Tone says, "Hey, hat tip to all you lucky people still with the parents around." Beatly Tone, I couldn't have said it better. At my age, I'm 60 years old, folks. To still have one of my parents is a gift. It's a blessing. I don't take it for granted. I know there are so many people in my age category that do not have either of their parents and haven't had either of their parents for a long, long time. So I'm very grateful for every day I have with my dad, and I just pray and hope that we can still have some more good quality time with him in decent health. Um, but yeah, you said it well, Beatly Tone. And to all you folks that still have your parents out there, cherish them. I mean, unless they're like evil people or something and they've done irreparable harm to you, then maybe you can't feel that way. But if you have love for your parents and they've been good to you and love you, and you still have them, enjoy every healthy waking moment with them. People, do it, because you'll get to the point where their health deteriorates and they're no longer here, and you'll look back and you'll you know look at that chair they used to sat in, or see that object that reminds you of them, and go, boy, if I could just have them here for a few more minutes to chat, one more day, just to talk to them and be in their presence. Don't wait for that to happen. Spend time with them now and enjoy it. And I'm grateful, very grateful. I still have my dad at my age. Um, okay. My grandfather made it to 108. Wow, Rudolph, you you are blessed. Uh, I thought they were great albums, Sam said, as was his Wembley show. He mentioned new music in his Christmas greeting. Okay, cool. Thanks, Sam. Sounds pretty legit. Good health is imperative. You said it, Em. If you have your health, you have everything. That's so true. Hey, Mark P. Good to see you, Mark. Mark P. Everybody, you know his channel. Wonderful channel. Great, great Beatles centric channel. Love Mark's channel. Harold has the 6 CD Elvis box set. It's awesome. Yeah. Like I said, talk to Stephen Schnee. He has it as well. He's got a great video about it also. Yeah, okay. Captain says yes. 6 o'clock. The extended version is on the promo LP of the Ringo album. I have it on CD, Captain, and I do think it's a great. I like the extended version better than the album version. Are you going to get the Back in Nashville CD set? I have not yet, Harold. I have the Elvis in Nashville original CD set, the brown covered one. I do not have the blue one yet. Hey, BMX, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Good to catch it as it's happening. Wow, how did that happen? Yeah, I normally don't do live streams, BMX. I'm very rare at doing this stuff, but once in a while, the mood hits me and I have the time. And like I was telling everybody, I had to take my dad to the doctors this morning, so I wasn't working today. And when we got back from the doctors, well, we went out to breakfast and then came back here and said I got a little time to kill, so let me do a live stream. I showed some Beatles stuff earlier if you want to check it out. And we're just chatting here for a few more minutes till I have to run. Thank you to everybody for being here. I really appreciate seeing you since I don't do this often, you know. Beatley Tone, we're the same age, Matt. Yeah, I turned 60 last year, 1961 Beatley Tone. I'll be 61 this year, but right now I'm still 60. Oh, sorry about your dad, Em, but wonderful that your mom's still with us. Listen to the Revolution number 9 after the Shazam video. I still don't like it. Hey, Danny, it's not for everybody. I enjoy it. I mean, I've grown to appreciate the Beatles version, but I really respected the Shazam for even attempting to cover Revolution number 9. I thought they did a very admirable job. But Danny, I would suggest go listen to some of the other music by the Shazam. I think you'll like it. M is younger. He's 58. Jerome Landy. Is it true that Ringo doesn't sign autographs anymore? That's what I hear, Jerome. I assume it's true. Sam still doesn't like the Revolution number 9 Shazam version. That's fine. Like I said, Sam, it's not for everybody. I mean, hats off to them for trying. It's got a cool groove to it, I think. I love the kind of Who power chords they throw in there. Makes it a little more appealing if you're into that kind of music. But it's okay. I get it. But I do recommend their other music. Hey, Steve Rogers. Steve, thank you for all your support of my channel. You know, I appreciate you. I've tried to express that to you through comments. You know that. Thanks for being here. Harold, I hope you do more live streams. It's fun. Well, thank you, Harold. I appreciate it. Again, folks, it's not for lack of wanting to, or it's just opportunity. It's like committing a crime. You have to have the means, the opportunity, and the motivation, desire, whatever it is. You're right. What do they call it? Whatever. No, Harold, I appreciate it. Whenever I can, I try to pop in like this. I'm not a big live stream commitment guy. You know, it's just too much going on. You know, with things in my life, with commitments and that it's hard to commit to a steady weekly or bi-weekly live thing. I don't have that energy or desire, as albeit as much as I love doing it. And when I'm doing something like this, or I'm on a live stream with Joe or with Stephen Schnee or someone else, you know, I enjoy it. I gain pleasure out of it. I don't have the my life is such that I don't have the chance to do it as often as I'd like, put it that way. But thank you, Harold. Mark P, you maybe answered this already, but are you seeing the rooftop concert in IMAX? No, I haven't answered officially here, Mark. No, I'm not. I went to the list because we have an IMAX, which is very close to me in Rhode Island. I live closer to Rhode Island than I do to Boston area. And so I looked it up, and there's several, like there's one right in the heart of Boston. There's like two north of Boston, which is a ride for me. So the one that's closest to me is not having it. They're not on the list. So I'm like, oh, the heck with it. I'm not going up. I'm not driving into Boston in winter. With now we got snow coming this weekend. I don't know what's gonna. So no, I'm not going to see it on IMAX, Mark. But if if it does that limited run in early February, whatever, and it's somewhere close to me, I'll try. You know, I do have the DVD coming on pre-order, albeit there's no extras on it. But what are you going to do? I'm going to get it for collectability purposes. Wes, hey Wes, good to see you. The long version of 6 o'clock was on the cassette version of the Ringo LP. Okay, I never had the cassette version, but I do have it on a CD version, Wes, and I do enjoy it. It's true, Ringo doesn't sign. M says it's true, Ringo doesn't sign autographs anymore. Just peace and love is all you get. Peace and love from Ringo, right? Don't send any more stuff or I'll be tossed. I'm too busy. What's the most disappointing concert I ever attended? Oh boy. Oh boy, that's a tough question. Because I have to say, for the most part, they've been good. Uh, Let me think on that. BMX. There's not. I can't think of real bad ones. Um, hmm. I'll get back to you. Rudolph wants to know impromptu live streams are fantastic. Oh, I appreciate that because that's all mine are, Rudolph. I never have oh yeah, this date and this time I'm gonna be it's all impromptu with me. It's just I show up, I'm here, and if people come in, great. And I always leave it up as a video. So if you didn't see it, you can come check it out later on. Paul George. Hey, Paul George. See, you got 3 of the 4 Lennon Pop. Hard to see which one. No, I have them all, Paul George. I showed them earlier. I did a Beatles finds video earlier in this stream, and I showed that I have the Peacoat one, was the first one I got. And then I got the New York City t-shirt one. And then as I was showing earlier in my video here, I finally received the 2 one-to-one concert one Funkos. So I do have all 4. And as I was telling the folks earlier, Paul George, I'm not a Funko collector, but I grabbed these Lennon ones because I thought they were cool. I don't even have the Beatles Yellow Submarine ones. Hey, Bobby's brother. Everybody, go check out Bobby's brother's channel. He's got a great channel, does a lot of cool stuff with ABBA. You know, I love ABBA. Bobby's brother, it's an honor to meet you, so to speak, and have you here. Great to see you too, or great to read from you, Bobby's brother. I'm curious about Get Back on Blu-ray next, and perhaps the original Let It Be film at some point. Cheers. Yeah, I would assume at some point we're going to get a remastered or reimagined Let It Be with the beautiful image, picture, and sound. I'm sure of it at some point. As for this Get Back on Blu-ray coming soon, I'm happy to have it as a collectible, as part of my collection, to have all those 7 something hours of great, beautiful footage. But I'm a little disappointed it's not, there's no extras being included with it. I think they're just doing it to kind of curtail the bootleggers who are already putting out bootleg DVDs of it. So they're trying to get this out there just to stop that. But I'm hoping beyond that, you're right, that they do release the Let It Be film in its entirety as it was, and maybe some extras from the Get Back footage. Last IMAX is in my country. First IMAX was in Munich, but it's long closed. No more anywhere in Western Europe that I know of. Oh, that's too bad. Oh, I'm not going to be seeing it either, M. So we're in the same boat. Rudolph says, most disappointing concert for me was Elton John, followed by Eric Clapton at Shea Stadium in 91. Okay. Well, I've seen Clapton live back in 1988, and he was pretty darn good then. I've never seen Elton John. Paul George says, excellent. I think they are cute. Glad you got all 4. Yeah. This is probably my favorite one, the color version of One-to-One Concert, because he's wearing the little army suit. There's the picture of it. And he's got the cool Gibson guitar and the boots. And I like this, probably my favorite. Although I gotta say, I like that New York City t-shirt one. That's pretty sharp looking as well. So again, I'm not a Funko guy, but okay. Vertical Man. Black Sabbath was my most disappointing concert back in the 70s. They were way too loud, too distorted. Oh, wow. Paul George. Hey, Rudolph. I was also at Elton Clapton. I agree. Longest and hottest day. Okay. Just checking something here. Let's see. Sam St. John heard that the tickets for the IMAX were 40 plus bucks. I don't doubt it, Sam. That's a little bit steep. Let It Be is free on the Internet Archive. Oh, cool. Thanks, Harold. All right, I won't be here too much longer, folks. I appreciate you being here, but any last minute questions or things you want to ask me before I run? Someone, BMX, you asked about a disappointing concert. I won't say it was disappointing because it was pretty historical for me to see this artist, but they had a lot of things out of their control that went wrong as far as technologically. the sound went out, and then they had problems with different things happening. Just kind of bad. But I but it was a good show. It was McGuinn, Clark, and Hillman. This is 1979. They only put out like 2 albums together. 3 of the members of the Byrds, Roger McGuinn, Gene Clark, and Chris Hillman, reunited for an album in 1979 called McGuinn, Clark, and Hillman. And I love that album. I was in high school when it came out, and I bought it and loved it because I'm a big Byrds fan. I love the Byrds and Roger McGuinn. I've seen Roger live several times. Anyway, I got the McGuinn, Clark, and Hillman album. They had a big top 40 hit off that album called Don't You Write Her Off. Recommend you check out that song. And they were playing in Providence, Rhode Island on a small tour in 1979, and myself and my younger brother went to see that show. Now, for the most part, it was a good show. I mean, the musicality of it with McGuinn, Clark, and Hillman playing Byrd songs and stuff from their album together, McGuinn, Clark, and Hillman. I was in heaven seeing that, but they had a lot of technical problems, I remember. Like, I remember something happened with the drum set and a piece broke, and we had to wait like 15 minutes for them to get like a new piece of hardware to put on the drum. I don't know if it was the kick broke or what. And then they had a sound problem. And so there's a lot of technological stuff kind of out of their control. But it kind of slowed the flow of the show. You know what I mean? When the show's going and all of a sudden the sound cuts out or the mic doesn't work and then the drums broke. If you want to call that disappointing BMX, I'd say that one because I remember it sticks in my mind all the different technological troubles they had or equipment problems they had. But as an act, as a music, McGuinn, Clark, and Hillman was a great show. Okay. Hey, Doc Docus, nice to see you. Sorry. Yeah, I'm leaving shortly, but I'll leave it up as a live video. I did a Beatle finds video earlier showing all my Beatle finds recent stuff. Doc, you can check it out. My worst gig was ELO at Wembley in 1978, the one with the spaceship. Sound was awful. Now, it's funny you say that, Beatley, because I saw that tour as well in 1978, but I saw them in Providence, Rhode Island at the Providence Civic Center, which is about the same size as the Wembley Arena. And I thought it was a good show. Again, I was, 17 at the time or whatever I was, 16, but I thought it was a good show. But what did perhaps you're right. But after 40 years, I did see them at Madison Square Garden, Jeff Lynne's ELO in 2018 with my youngest son, and it was again fabulous. I really enjoyed that show at Madison Square, 2018. Wow, good. Hadn't seen that was the longest spread since I saw an artist between 78 and 2018, and I thought they delivered both times, but. M, good you run. Here's late afternoon and starts badass too. Cheers to you, Matt. Hey, cheers to you, M. Happy to know I'm younger from you. Thank you, M. Wes, I still think a deluxe extended version of Get Back will be released. I hope so too, Wes. I'm just glad the Bare Bones DVD is coming soon, so at least we can finally see it. $22 for IMAX show in my town. That's not too bad. Someone said earlier 40. Sam said it's $40 to see the IMAX. Hey, Richard, good to see you, my friend. I won't be here too much longer, Richard, but love you, man. Love your channel. I support you. Hey, Tom. Hey, Matt. Thanks for the live chat. Got to run. Take care, everyone. Tom, thank you. I love your channel. Look forward to watching more of your stuff. Well, folks, 31 of you here. 32 of you here. 10 thumbs up. Wow. 10 of these. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to run now, I think, only because, I don't want to overstay my welcome. Hey, Scott, thanks for being here. Yes, I did pre-order it, and I ordered it from thebeatles.com. I don't know if that's a good or bad idea, but that's what I did. But thank you, Scott, for being here. Doing good, Richard. Thank you. I'm going to be heading out shortly, but thank you, Richard, for being here. Love your recent videos. Glad you liked your card. M, cheers. BMX. He wished he had a camcorder for one of the first shows he saw when he was younger. The Drifters gave a great concert, street concert near where we were living. Cool. Oh, that would have been something to see, the Drifters. Longest time span for me was Glenn Campbell, 1970 and 2008. Yeah, that's cool, Stephen. I saw Glenn once, Stephen, on that farewell tour. Was that in '08 or 2012? I saw you put 2008, Stephen, so that jumped out at me, but I wanna say it was 2012 that a friend of mine and I went to see Glenn on that farewell tour, and Glenn was killing it. I'm sorry. Yeah, he still had, the different screens up on the floor before him so he could remember the lyrics. He was just in the early stages of his troubles, but his guitar playing was spot on, was outstanding. And Steven, it was one of the best shows I ever saw, and I'm sure you would agree. Glenn is amazing, but that's a big span, Steven. Doc should get out of bed before 11. Hell yeah. Take care, Steve. Thanks for being here. Never too much Matt for me. Thank you, Bobby. Same with you. I love your channel. Uh, I love your ABBA material. Boy, you made me smile many times over the last couple of months. Take care. Blessings to you, Bobby's brother. Please subscribe to Bobby's channel and everyone's channel that's here that has a channel. Thanks, Scott. Elvin, thank you. Thanks for the chat. To Beatly Tone, gotta go. I'm gonna be going too. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sorry I screwed you up, Beatly Tone, from doing your work. Get back to work, buddy. Get off your butt. Go to work. Take care, Harold. Scott, thank you. Yeah, my recent Get Back promo poster I showed in a recent video. Danny, thank you, Danny. Thanks for being here. Thank you, thank you. That's the beauty of retirement, Doc. Wes. Raymond, love your channel, Matt. Thank you, Raymond. I appreciate your support. So long, Doc. Have a swell day. Love you. Good to see you, Richard. Good to see Stephen Schnee and all my friends. I love you guys. I said I'll try to get back here sooner. I'll see you in the videos. Please comment. I always try to respond to all of you if I can. So thanks again, folks. Thanks for enjoying my live Beatles showcase. I showed some Beatles stuff today, so go back if you missed it. And if you really go back, you'll see when I talked about this book and showed a really sexy picture of Karen Carpenter. So go back and see it. I'm not kidding. Ask Stephen Schnee. Love you all. Goodbye. Peace, love, Beatles, everything. Have a wonderful day. I'm going to miss you all. All right. Love you. Bye-bye.